Hey, welcome back to Cedar Porch Homestead. I'm JR, and as you can see, I'm in here in my wife's office because this is the only place that I get to air out all my grievances and complaints with everything that we need to do here on the backyard homestead.
You stop whining, you stop complaining, and just man up.
And she is the only person that will actually listen to me. But today, I'm going to take you guys through all the little fires that have jumped up that I'm going to have to put out today because we have had a ton of stuff come up in a short amount of time, and I have even a shorter amount of time to get them all done. So let's get to it. Let's get all these projects done, and I'm going to take you along as I'm getting them all knocked out. Let's go. So first things first, you might wonder why I have this AC all tore apart here in my shop. Well, that's the first fire I'm going to have to put out. And let's go back to the schoolroom and I'll show you why. Yeah, so here in the schoolroom, we had a major catastrophic failure that happened with that junk AC. Now it's been in here about 4 years. So with that, it rusted in the bottom. There was a rivet in the bottom or a little weld in the bottom that didn't hold up to all the condensation that it produces here in the south, and it started to leak on this windowsill. Now we caught it fairly early, so I didn't have any structural damage to the stud work below the window, no rot in there. However, the OSB that I enclosed this room in did have a lot of, well, not rot, but OSB doesn't hold up well with water, so it's all junk. The insulation I pulled out, so we're gonna have to get this insulated, OSB'd, and I gotta put a new window unit in. So like I said earlier, I was fortunate enough to catch this leak early on, and we didn't have any structural damage to the 2x4 exterior wall. So what I was able to do is I demoed this out yesterday. I set a fan on it for about 24 hours. That dried up all that excess moisture that was on the surface of those 2x4s. Now that that's dried up, I got the insulation in, about to put the OSB, and I will say, fortunately, I am borderline a hoarder when it comes to building supplies. So I did have the insulation and the OSB available in my shop. So this project, as of right now, has cost me nothing, but I still got to replace that AC. Okay, what I need to do today is I've got to move our inside chicks that are in the brooder because they're getting way too big for that brooder. I got to move them outside. Now I'm using my little mobile pen right now for my meat chickens, so I don't have access to that. I still have some grow out rabbits in their rabbit tractor, so I don't have access to that. They're not quite old enough where I want to move them in with our older laying hens. So what I need to do is I need to come up with a temporary solution. It's going to be a little out of the box, but I have some just scrap stuff laying around. It's not going to be pretty, but I think I can get this thing knocked out this afternoon. We're going to work on that right now. Leave a comment below if you've ever really rigged something up. Like, give an example, because this is going to be my example of something that is really not great, but it's going to be super functional. And I'll show you what I'm going to use. Okay, so not what it was originally designed for. I've got this pin that goes in the bed of my truck to move around our goats. We've moved pigs with it in the past. It's super functional. It's already covered in chicken wire, so I think I'm going to use this in my garden as a way of bringing these chicks out for the next few weeks before they're ready to move in with my established layers. But this thing's going to be too exposed to the elements. We've got a lot of rain coming in the next couple weeks again, so I need to cover it and I need to move it. It's not super light, and this will be really interesting whether or not this actually comes together. Let's find out. Okay, so one of the things I'm kind of having to figure out is the way this door slides. It's gonna get caught up on the ground, Plus, I want to kind of elevate this because I'm going to be throwing a lot of wood chips and different things in there for those chickens to start scratching through. So I want to elevate it and kind of give it a little bit of a foundation for deep litter. And I know it's already on all these wood chips from my garden, but really what I think I'm going to be able to do with the space once the chickens are off of it is directly sow some of our winter garden right here in the ground. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But you know what? I love experimenting, so we're going to try it. A little bit of change of plan. I'm going to use these old poles I had laying around because I don't really like how that started. So I think this is going to work. Take two. Ugh.
Here, what you doing? So impatient. Look at him. Seriously, this is why I put on my work pants. Hello, missies. Hi. Oh.
Did you get eggs?
No, I'm going right now.
Well, today ended up being pretty good. We ended up getting that back room all finished. We got the OSB up, we got the AC in. I'm gonna let the girls paint that in the future because I just am not gonna do that today. We got the chickens moved, which was really great. They're in the garden now, so they're gonna be able to grow out for a few weeks before they're ready to go in with the established layers. So we got a lot done today. We got the chickens moved, we got the back room done. We are now we're gonna be outside and I'm gonna fire up the pit and we're gonna get some steaks and some pork chops on. And I think we're having some cinnamon rolls for dessert. So if you haven't had an opportunity, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, hit that notification bell so you're notified when we come out with new videos, and we will see you on the next one. I'm gonna go have some steak.